Did you know that many people in India would not date a black person? I mean, many Indians would not be with a black person, not date nor marry a black woman or man.
Actually, we are Indians, so because of our family cultures, so according to them, they would like to marry an Indian guy only. So first preference and first priority we will give to Indian guy.
How do you feel about that? Yeah, you get that a lot. A lot of Indians are not interested in being with a black man. They would date a white man, they'll marry a white person, no problem. But for a black person, they're not very much interested. How does that make you feel? I'm very interested to know, how does that make you feel? Crazy stuff. Okay, so let's watch this first, then we'll make a comment right now. And now I just want to remind you as well, okay, so in India, they have what they call caste. And in these castes, people are divided based on their skin tone, skin colors. The lighter you are, the higher you are at the hierarchy. Yeah, it's crazy, some crazy stuff like that. So in India, they have caste. Let me just go through this very quickly. They have what they call traditionally Brahmas. These are Hindus, okay, because India has many religions as well. You get some Hindus, some Christians, some Muslims, but most of the time, the majority are Hindu. And among Hindus, you get the Brahmins. Brahmins are like priests. That's the highest level of social. Then you have the Kratiyas, who are warriors. Then you have the Vaishyas or Vaishyas, the peasants. They later became merchants, so from peasant to merchant. Then below them you have the Shudras. These are artisan, laborers. Okay, they break wood, they do all sort of things. And right on the lowest level you have what they call the Dalit. And Dalits are the darkest skin color of Indians. Most of the time they are those who, you know, clean the toilets, clean the dustbins and stuff like that. They like the scavengers. Nobody talks to them. Nobody looks. Nobody. I mean, yeah, they go through so much difficulties, and they are the darkest skin of the Indians. Very sad. You will never see somebody from a higher caste marry a Dalit. It never happened. Okay, let's go. Let's watch this lady.
When it started that, you know, fair is beautiful and dark is not so nice, and you know, it was inbred like passively, and it's so sad that even though the British people have left us quite some years ago, we still have this craze for white color.
So that's crazy because they are taught very young that dark is bad and lighter skin is very good. And obviously that mentality stays with you as you grow and you start really embedding, believing that.
That white color means also superior and powerful. And
white color means superior and powerful.
It's like that. Okay. I remember that, for example, for my sister, she went for an arranged marriage. And
arranged marriage, a lot of it in India. Arranged marriage. How do you feel about arranged marriage? We talked about it just now.
She is like much more on a shade, I would say like 50 times more fair than me.
Yeah.
And there was this guy who came home and like they had a conversation because it was arranged by the parents, whether, you know, my parents were a bit at least forward to let the kids talk to decide if it, you know, they fit each other. And he had a very nice conversation. My sister was very happy about it, and he goes back and says, no, I don't like the girl because she's not fair enough.
Whoa, I don't like the girl because she's not fair enough. She's not light-skinned enough. Crazy.
And like that, you could have at least be polite. You could be polite enough to say, come up with anything. No, I don't think it's going to work between us. Like, how dare?
Yeah, she must have been really devastated. You can see from her sister's testimony that they were very interested in the guy, but yeah.
How could you dare to feel so comfortable to say something like that? And you know, like, and I knew it did not affect my sister so much, like that she had to talk about it. But I knew it's going to stick on to her for quite some time. Okay,
that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. This is India, fellas. Indian particular people in general. When the Indians, when you look, I'm not creating anything. You can investigate that. Most of the time, when you see them doing good in society, you will almost never see them be with a black person. Never. No, they're not interested because white is better. Okay, lighter skin is better. The lighter you go, you better. Okay, you don't. They're not going to do that. And coming from a society where you have castes, you know, dividing people perceive themselves higher, you know, better, more important than others. It's clearly something that will replicate itself in the future. And up until today, I don't know, maybe you don't know it, Many African students go through hardships in India. There's a lot of Africans that go to India to study. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they feel that universities in India are much better than the ones in Africa. I have no idea why. And it's cheaper than going to Europe or United States. But unfortunately, at many instances, many African students have been beaten up for no reason. Some have been for no reason.
A Congolese national had died while he was in police custody on Sunday night. While in police custody, he allegedly got a cardiac arrest and could not be saved even after being rushed to a private hospital.
Okay, and that's very, very sad. And some people have been beaten up really bad because he was kind of starting to talk to some Indian girl.
This one in New Delhi in 2014. 3 African students were attacked by a crowd in a metro station for supposedly harassing an Indian woman.
It's just very sad. And we're not crying here to say, why don't they want us? My question is, do you want to cry about that? The Indians don't want to be with you? Here is another video of Filipinian women telling you they don't want to be with black people.
Which do you prefer to date, a white man or a black man?
White man.
White man. Why white man?
For me, white man is clean.
Clean? Okay.
Clean looking.
So what are you going to do about this? Are you going to cry about it? Say, oh, why don't people want us? Why don't you marry each other? Why do you need so bad to be accepted with other people? Why? Why can't you just find somebody in your country or, I don't know, somebody that resembles you, somebody that has very similar beliefs as you? Why can't you do that? I mean, look at this video of a young guy asking Indians, would you be with a black guy?
Because I am Punjabi. Or Punjabi hote hain jo, you know, like they're like a brown guys, mustaches.
Okay, they're telling you clearly, well, some of them saying, I don't want to be with a black guy because, well, I have my reasons. I like mustache. You know, do you think she's telling the truth or these are just excuses? Or she's just being polite because the interviewer is a black person and because it's a black person speaking, you don't want to say, no, I would never be with a black person. I mean, that's very rude. And I can imagine this comes from a student, okay, asking other students a question about racism. How do you feel about me or my people? Clearly, they're not going to be rough with their answers, but I'm sure if you're intelligent enough, you can pick up from those answers like this one is lying. She'd never be with a person like, nah, she's just doing it for the camera. Or she's trying to be diplomatic. Should we blame them for not wanting to be with you guys? Or us? That's a good question. Number 2. Unfortunately, this is not limited to India. Chinese people don't do black people very much. No, you won't see that. No, you won't see that. Very extremely rare cases, you see 1 out of a million. Yeah, white is better. Look at them in America. Chinese woman with a white man. That's okay. A Chinese woman can bring a white boyfriend to a family with no problem. An Indian woman can bring a white boyfriend to a family, no problem. I mean, look at what's wrong with black people? I don't know. Look at South Africa. South Africa is the rainbow nation. Okay, in South Africa, you have whites, black, Indians, and colored supposed to be lighter skinned than black people. People regroup within the groups of colors. White people marry white, black people marry black, colored marry colored, Indians marry Indian. But Indians can marry colored, Indians can marry white, but you won't see Indians and black marrying each other. You're not going to see that. You won't see that. What's wrong with the black people? Should we be crying about that? And the problem is it's only black people complaining about why don't everybody else want to be with us? You are racist. Why can't you just be racist back? I mean, if that's what the point is. People clearly show you that they don't value you that much. Why do you cry? Unfortunately, like I said, this is not limited to Asia or South Africa. If you go to the Caribbean in some countries, especially French-speaking countries in the Caribbean, there are castes too. They're not called castes, but trust me, there are white people, there are white people number 2. The number 2s are the whites that are mixed blood with black people, then you get black people. Okay, so they're not the same. In the houses they live, the businesses they own, the opportunities they have, it's not the same. They don't intermarry like that. They perceive each other as superior and inferior. That's the world we're living in right now in 2024. In Haiti, okay, beautiful place, used to be, unfortunately, going through so much issues right now. In Haiti, there's 9 families that run the economy of the country, and these 9 families are not black. Haiti was the first nation in the world, the first black nation in the world to get independence.
January 1st, 1804. Haiti wins its independence and becomes the first nation to be founded by former slaves.
Yes. The first nation in the world, first black nation to get independence. The majority of people are black. But the top, the businessmen, the owners of everything are all different colors. That's what I'm saying. And unfortunately, fellas, even in Africa, in some places in Africa, you will find them, you will find Indians. They marry each other. They don't marry black people. They don't. They have big businesses, you know, they do good. They have enterprises, little shop in the corners. They have car businesses. They don't marry black. They have their own little community within themselves. And I'm not saying you don't have the rights to choose your own people. But my problem is, why is it okay that you can do it with white people and other people, but you can't do it with the black people, but you still want to do business with them in their continent? That's a good question. Same for Lebanese, fellas. You know, Lebanese, see some of the French-speaking countries in Africa, a lot of businesses are run by Lebanese, okay? It's Lebanese and Lebanese. I'm just saying. So what's the solution here? The problem is even black people prefer white people than their own black people. Yeah, well, okay, I know you didn't expect that. In many places you see ladies, she'd rather be with a white man than be with a black man. What are the reasons? I don't know.
Le blanc, vraiment. Parce que avec les noirs, c'est la merde. C'est la merde, bien sûr. Avec les noirs, c'est la merde. Parce que le blanc, c'est le blanc demeure le blanc. Avec le blanc, tu n'as pas les mots de tête. Il y a une très grande différence. Oui. Avec le blanc, tu n'as pas les mots de tête.
I don't know. It's very sad because perhaps, I don't know if it's the misery of being born in a very poor family. And I don't even think all these ladies come from poor families. I think people have this perspective that white is better. White is money. White is opportunity. Marry somebody who's going to fix your family. Why do we have to fix your family? Fix your own goddamn family. It's your family. Somebody's going to fix your family financially. Maybe if you come in a good way, we get married together, we listen to one another, we understand each other, we fix both our families. Why do you go look for a partner in life with business mind, opportunities, and ideas? Like, I'm going to find a man who's going to fix my family. What kind of a partnership is that? That's stealing from people. Lies. How should we behave, fellas? We need to respect each other and respect ourselves and value ourselves. We can only be treated this way when the world learns that we don't value each other as a people. So we need to give each other the value that we deserve. And in order to do that, we need to make effort to fix one another. Black woman, you're not perfect. You can learn to be better toward the black brother. Black brother, you're not perfect. You can learn to value the black woman. And I think going from that perspective, that's already, we can only be powerful together. That's the only way. It's very sad. You see in some societies, a white woman goes to university so she can meet a husband and have a life. Somebody was saying, a black woman goes to university so he can compete with a black man. Is that correct or not? I don't know. You tell me if that's correct. That's what I heard. A white woman goes to university so he can meet a husband and build together. Black women go to university so they can be free and independent and compete with black men. Let me know how you feel about this. Should we complain that nobody wants us? I mean, look, I'm telling you the truth. You go to Ethiopia, Ethiopian men, women, mostly don't date black people. I'm saying, I'm not saying all of them. The majority will not date black. Yeah, I know, they're supposed to be Africans. And I know this is a very rough conversation, okay? Yeah, they would rather be with an Ethiopian because, yeah, whatever. Look at them. Look, if you go to Ethiopia, you look like me, they're probably going to call you African because I was called African in Ethiopia. Some of my friends have been called Africans. Many people I know have been called African. Like, you're calling me Africans. Who are you? Are you not African like me? And I'm not saying all Ethiopians are like. I'm just saying there is patches and bunches of people that believe they are superior to. And it's very sad. We cannot start blaming other people for not wanting to be with us if we ourselves prioritize other people than ourselves. If we show to the world that we value them more than we value ourselves, there's no way they can value us. White students don't get beat up in India, if there are any. Only black students get beat up. God bless.